Getting ready to pour aluminum in the crossovers of a big block Chevrolet cylinder head casting 049. This is my little trough that I made. I am in a wooden building, so you don't want that molten hot aluminum getting down there, but we're going to pour it in that port right there. Okay, and right now the aluminum is melting in the pot, and I've just got it pretty much close to liquid, and what I'm going to do right now is skim the surface to take all the impurities out of it. And pretty simply, you take just a welding stick, okay, and then I'll skim the surface, and those are the chunks. That's the dirty stuff in the aluminum. The reason I do that is to make sure that I get a good pour, because if there's a lot of contaminants in the aluminum, which there always is till you cook it down to liquid aluminum, what it'll do is it'll get in the way and clog up, and that dirty stuff will get in the port, and you'll have an air pocket or an air bubble in the crossover. And that certainly is not what we want to do here. Alright, so I skim the surface, and in just about a minute or two, I'm going to be ready to make the pour. So I'm going to set the camera up in a different angle, because you have to do this in one shot. You don't get a second chance. It has to pour solid into one piece as it goes through the head, so that it won't be able to come out and go into the motor. Alright. There just ain't enough room. I've sit here and tried to maneuver this damn thing away. But looks like here's how we got to do this. I'd like to get it, okay, you see the aluminum. I'm going to go ahead and heat that up a little bit right now. Go ahead and focus on the cylinder head itself for the pour. I wish I had a sack of carbon, I think. Alright, here we go. Woo-wee. We've done this for years and years and years. Alright, here we go. Wow. Lord have mercy. Alright. See how I had to, I'm going to bring her over here now. When I was doing that, how I just kept pouring and pouring and pouring. I want it to overhang. See all the excess? Because as it goes toward the bottom, if there's an air pocket that can create a bubble, if you keep pouring it, it will push the air right out the top. and it leaves a beautiful pour. Alright, so let's come around here to this side. You can see I poured so much. Look at that line. It's actually connected to the valve guide where it does on there. Now, whenever you pour, you have to heat the head up. I usually take the torch if I ain't got my oven, which I let a friend of mine borrow it, and supposed to have it back to me today. And I'll just take the torch and go over the head for a few minutes and get it warm to break the chill, and it makes a really good pour. That warming the head up before that makes a big difference in it. So anyways, you can see there was enough that it poured all that excess through that guide to that great big puddle that you see there where the overhang is. Now, I have a plate that I put on the back. Each head is different. I have even used modeling clay, I promise you, modeling clay to fill it up to hold, and the modeling clay will melt away, but not quick enough that the aluminum will harden and form before it disappears. I mean, it's just like a second or two from liquid to where it's solid hard aluminum. So anyway, just want to go over that and show you horsepower wise. At the track, we've done this on cylinder heads and picked up a whole 10th, especially if it's got two exhaust crossovers, like an 882 head or a Pontiac head is a perfect example, where there's a letter Y in there and it has to fill up two holes. It makes all the difference in the world. Remember, we're achieving 2 or 3 things here. Number one, closing up the back side of the bowl where it forms a shape. Number two, keeping heat from going through the crossover and heating the manifold, lowering the temperature of the incoming air and fuel mixture. So, and there's something else, can't think of it right off now off the top of the head, but like I said, just wanted to show you that. We're going to grind it out here on this big block head.